Spence Denny is down there with a group that have travelled here as well from the eastern states, and you're trying to get them to go home, haven't you? Aren't you, Spence?
Well, Ian, we're almost part of a developing story here, because about 5 minutes ago we were underneath a fig tree into which a colony of around about 200 flying foxes had been transported a couple of hours ago. But the presence of the media here stirred them up a bit, and I kid you not, the skies were literally filled with these flying foxes. They've settled down a bit now, and they're quite a size too. They'd be about 2 foot across their wingspan. And Jason Van Weenen, who is with the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, has been responsible for looking after these flying foxes. I must say, Jason, good morning to you, by the way.
Good morning.
I was under the impression that when you were going to move them, I thought it was going to be some distance, but it's really only been a matter of metres, really, hasn't it?
Yeah, so certainly we only hope to stir them up a little bit this morning, and certainly having them move 50 metres or 70 metres, which is what they've done at the moment, is fantastic. So it's just a small movement. It's not something we certainly didn't want to see them move a long distance at all.
Do we know where they come from?
Most of them, obviously, they're coming from the eastern states, so we don't know which location in particular. But yeah, grey-headed flying foxes are common along the east coast of Australia. So, but we are seeing a movement into the sort of southern and eastern parts of the country.
And what sort of problems are they presenting for the Botanic Gardens?
Not really much of a problem at the moment. So we've got a very tiny colony of flying foxes here. This is about as smaller colony as you get, and but I guess what is likely to happen, we're likely to see, if the trends continue, we're likely to see an increasing number over time. And so what we're doing is we're basically preparing for that and identifying that the Botanic Gardens isn't a suitable location for a long-term colony establishment where the colony would potentially grow. So we're trying to move the colony while it's relatively small, and we disturb less bats in the process.
I've always been under the impression that bats, 1, live in caves, and 2, are nocturnal. That's not the case with these, is it?
Yeah, they are nocturnal. So this disturbance, where we've got them to move, has basically got them into the air during the day, which is very atypical. So you would expect to see them only out at night.
Yeah, and they're not carnivores. They eat vegetation.
Yeah, these are love eucalypt blossoms, so that's one of their staples. So they'd love to get out there and get stuck into all the blue gum flowers and things like that, or any eucalypt flowers out at the moment. They also have been getting into some of the figs and other fruits and berries that are around at the moment as well. Yeah,
well, anyone visiting the Botanic Gardens at the moment, Ian, is in for a fairly unusual sight, because the skies are filled with these bats at the moment. They have settled down a bit, but if you're coming down for lunch, you sit on the lawn and eat your lunch or something today, it would actually be quite an unusual thing to see. And bring your camera, because you'll enjoy it.